Hey there, Alex Mitts back again with another Camtasia thing to show you. Recently I attended a workshop that had something to do with media mats in Camtasia, and I think media mats are really cool, but I don't often have a reason to use them. So I figured I would maybe show or come up with an idea on how media mats can be used for cooler things that you can do with either right within inside of Camtasia or with some free tools. So this is the first one in that series. My layout looks a little funky because I was experimenting before I hit record, but what I did was I just decided to make my canvas space a little bit smaller up here, and I'm going to add 2 more tracks to the timeline because it's going to come with a bonus at the end. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my project settings, and I'm going to change this to a background that is neither black nor white, because I'm going to be using black and white text for the media mat. It can still work on black or white backgrounds, but for this instance, it's going to be a little bit easier to show you with something that's neither of those things. So I'm going to change it to this nice blue here. Under annotations, I'm going to pick some of the larger text, and I'm going to draw it out just a little bit in order to give myself a little breathing room. Let's make it a bit bigger, just so it's easier to see on the video. And I'm going to write the words emphasis. And we're going to do a cool emphasizing effect using media mats. Get that centered. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a white emphasis text here, and I'm going to emphasize it with black text. So I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to make this bottom one black. Apply, and I'm going to hide this just to make sure that it's there. Good, good, good. All right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in a shape. I'm going to drop in a white box here, extend it out to be the same time, and use this to cover the entirety of my text. And so what I do now, once this is all covered, is I'm going to go to Visual Effects, might be hiding under More, and I'm going to use the Media Mat feature, and I'm going to drag it onto this white box. And it doesn't look like it does anything. I'm going to actually have to change this from alpha to alpha invert. Now, I think this is cool, but it's going to be a lot cooler when we add an animation to make this happen. So I'm going to click this shape that we just added this media mat to. I'm going to press Shift-A to add a custom animation, and let's make it kind of long. And this ending keyframe is what I want. I want the white text to change to black, but I want to do it in sort of a sweeping motion. So I'm going to go over to my first keyframe here and click that, and then I'm going to crop it. So I'm doing it backwards, essentially. I'm cropping it now so that way when the animation runs through, it's going to uncrop into its final state. To crop a shape like this, all I have to do is hold down the Alt key while my shape is selected, so holding down Alt, the button right next to your spacebar, and I'm going to drag this edge all the way to the left. And you can kind of see what's going to happen as I'm cropping this. So let's see how that plays out. White text, first keyframe is essentially nothing, and then the last keyframe will be the emphasized black. So let's run it through. Ta-da! That looks pretty nice. So you can probably see how you might be able to use an animation like this in multiple instances to emphasize text. Now here's a cool bonus. I'm going to copy this exact shape with this exact animation on it, and I'm going to drop it down to my bottommost layer. But instead of it being a media mat, I'm going to turn the media mat feature off. So that way, when we run through, not only do we get that cool color changing effect, but we also get a neat sort of sweeping box to add additional emphasis or additional visual flair to this. Let's run this through. Very cool, in my opinion. Anyway, that's a quick overview on media mats, how you might be able to use it, and an idea for a future project if you deem it worthy. Thanks again, and we will catch you in the next one.